Welcome to Intuitive Wisdom Tarot. My name is Jen. I'm going to be pulling some cards for the fire signs as a collective. These messages will be for the upcoming week, which will be January 19th through the 25th. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. If this reading resonates, hit like, subscribe, and drop your element or sign in the comments. It helps the channel, which I so appreciate, and it helps me know whose energy I'm reading with. Let's jump in. We're going to start with an oracle message from the wisdom of the oracle. Let's see what you will be working with next week. All right. We have soulmates. Beautiful little card here. It is two little penguins in a loving embrace. There's little hearts. Makes me think of Valentine's Day, like the little Valentine Day card that you used to get when you were little and in school. You used to write them out to everybody. So there's going to be a real general energy of love and connection, really with your soulmate. So next week, you as a fire collective really might be working on relationships, really helping to grow, to nurture, to connect with these two little penguins. I'm going to go ahead and read the interpretation out of the guidebook. Let me find it here. We have number 41. Here we go. Soulmates. The essential meanings: harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering personal growth. The oracle message is: you are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience. Although the result of each of you will vary, you know these people by the strong pull drawing you towards them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them. Initially, too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life for only a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to those people today. They are your greatest gifts. So again, a whole big message on those connections, those people that, again, could be very romantic or could be on the lines of friendship. Now, your protection message for this week is: an important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes in with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve you well, your well-being, enter into this dynamic so you can heal them. This person is called to be scared tasks to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. The question is not, why did he or she do this to me? But rather, what is the gift in this? Look into the mirror. You will only be changed for the better. So for those of you who are really looking at a particular relationship, again, really ask those questions. What is the lesson in this? People come into our lives all the time, sometimes for maybe a day, sometimes for much longer, sometimes maybe a season. However, there's always a lesson and always something that comes from that. So Spirit's really asking you. However, there's going to be lots of love in the air for fire signs this week. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and jump into tarot. Let's see what messages we have for the collective. Thank you. All right. first card is the Two of Cups. This is your general energy walking into the week. We then have the Hierophant. This is what you're manifesting or calling in for this next week. And then we have the High Priestess, which is what's going to help you pull that in. We have advice from Spirit. Out of the gate. Some of you fire signs are getting married. It is something that you have thought about. It's something that may have been in the works. You may be proposed to. There are some big players here when it comes to love. And then along with that soulmates card, there are just love in the air. It feels really good and happy. I'm really excited for you. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is where you are, again, this week underneath it all. Really, what am I going to be investing in? Okay. Is it right for me? And when we're looking at the energy of this like marriage or this proposal, if that's what you're going to be doing, you're seeing again, investing maybe money wise. Maybe you have proposed and now you're starting to think about saving for that venue. But this also could be in your career. So there could be a very big energy underneath it all, just where you're contemplating, am I investing into the right things? Do I want to continue to invest in this? One big message is do not harvest yet, or do not harvest too soon, because some things are still in the sprouting, some things are still growing. Now, you're walking into this week as a partner, as within a partnership, okay? Two of Cups is all about love, all about partnerships, coming together. This could be you and another. Could be in the areas of career, again, family members. This could be a friendship. This could definitely be romantic. But you are joining and coming together to heal some parts. Whether it is I am joining in, or let's say you are proposing to someone or you're being proposed to, this person is coming in, and this is going to be a healing relationship. This is going to be a relationship that brings out the best in both of you. There are differences. We always talk about opposites attract. You know, similarities do too. There could be a partnership here of an age difference. Again, whether this is in your work or friendship or love, or it could be somebody just from a completely different background. But there is a union, there is a coming together, there is a reaching out to somebody to, again, create this path that you two will now join together. And there will be healing, and there will be emotions, and there will be abundance, and there will be working together. So again, you're entering this next week in a very beautiful, loving space. Now, for some of you who aren't there, you're like, well, that's not me, I'm already married, or I already have my partnership, whatever the case may be. There is going to be some strengthening or needing to be strengthened. There are some things to think about. Maybe there is a conflict between you and a soulmate, or you and a lover or a friend. And there needs to be some listening to your own intuition when it comes to what my next steps are. there's going to be an opportunity for healing. There's going to be an opportunity that comes along where you have this. So really think about what you want. Is it worth investing in? Is it worth continuing? Now, our next card is the Hierophant. This is what you're manifesting. So again, some of you, this is a card on tradition and spiritual enlightenment. It could also not only be that, but it can signify marriage. That's why I keep bringing that up. This is, again, a religious official or spiritual official that could officiate a wedding. And we see two people here. So if that's in your cards, again, take that as resonates. But a big message coming through is really think about traditions, connections, blessings. This union coming in is going to offer some blessings. It's going to offer you being able to connect. Again, I'm coming back to that soulmates. It really talked about what's the lesson. So there is going to be somebody coming into your life, if not already there. And there's going to be a lesson. There's something that maybe you have just gone through a pretty big experience. You're healing that, and now you're taking it to the next step. This could be maybe somebody that you have been in a relationship for a long time, and that next step is marriage. Maybe this is a spiritual retreat. This person is, again, your best friend, and maybe there are some things where you're like, I want to, we have some things that we need to heal. Let's go on a religious pilgrimage or a spa retreat or something like that, where you're going and you're really tapping into receiving, again, those spiritual messages. Maybe you are building a business together where you are offering life coaching or counseling. The Hierophant is also known as the counselor or the teacher of tarot. Some of you could very well be going back to school. Maybe you are also becoming an officiant of weddings. So there's so many things that are coming through right now, but the big message is this is a really good time. There's a great energy throughout this week for healing and for moving forward. So if that's the case, take the traditional route, get aligned with your values and your morals, and alignment with spirit as you're moving forward. And that's even when you're thinking about, is this worth investing in? Is this worth me putting the time and effort in? And only you will know that. And when you ask that question, the High Priestess is coming in as how you're going to best manifest what you're calling in. And the High Priestess is all about listening to your intuition. In fact, we have two divine counterparts. We have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. They're known as the divine masculine and feminine partners. So this connection that is being called in, this connection or this union that you're calling in, again, there's so many big signs on it being a beautiful connection. We have soulmates here. We have a divine masculine and a divine feminine when it comes to the Hierophant and the High Priestess, and they are extremely spiritual. They're deeply connected and rooted in their knowledge, their connection with spirit. Lots of healing. So spirit is really saying, when you start to decide or what you make your decisions, if you're like, I don't know, is it right time for me to do that, because I'm really thinking about, do I have the money to do this? One thing, if you do move forward, you're going to be combining, combining resources. Is it something that I want to invest in? Yes. There are some really big signs in that. And with any connection, you know, there's going to be work. Okay. It just doesn't magically be beautiful and awesome all the time. But those are those things that help you to learn. And this connection coming in, there are going to be some big lessons, not only about life, but there's going to be some deep karmic connection. So there's something fated on your path, from the card saying, hey, this is coming through. It is divine. It's been divinely orchestrated. So again, listen to yourself. You are your best oracle when it comes to that. You are the one that can answer all those questions. And when you think about, Spirit really wants me to say this, sometimes we don't always know where our intuition is. Is it my thoughts that's coming in, or is it truly my intuition? And one thing that I've dealt with anxiety and intuition, and having what we can call a gift or a curse, no matter what it could be, because it can come on very, very strong, and there can be some worry. Is it my intuition, or is it just my thought or anxiety? But my anxiety and my thoughts come from my brain. I can truly feel it when a thought comes up, and it sparks from my head. But my intuition, I can feel it in my throat. I can feel it in really my throat chakra or my heart chakra, within that area. It kind of comes up, and it feels like it comes out, and I'm always like, So Spirit is really asking you to connect with your body, connect with your sensations, get deep and start thinking, where is this message coming from? Is it my head? Is it my heart? And start tuning into what your signals are trying to say. Because Spirit is speaking, Spirit is communicating. There are signs and synchronicities. And this next week, for those of you who are asking yourself, is it worth investing? There are some really big signs that there's going to be a strong connection that comes out of this. Now, advice from Spirit is there is a big golden opportunity. This is brand new beginning, brand new energy, starting from ground zero. In fact, there is a lot of fertility when it comes to this, a lot of space to grow and to prosper, and to grow something big. So if this is a connection coming in where you are finding a business partner, there is a very big, in a sense, yes, it's time to get started. This opportunity is coming in. Start taking those steps. Start collaborating. Start healing what needs to be healing. Start investing and thinking about what's your next step. For those of you who a relationship is going to that next level, this is a brand new opportunity. So Spirit is saying, yes, take that step. Because there's going to be some flourishing. There's going to be lots of things. But again, you're the one that has to invest. You're the one that has to put in your energy. You're the one that has to respond. There's that reciprocality that comes through that. So yes. And for those of you who are in a relationship, there is a big message of there's going to be a deeper connection coming through. This is the opportunity for you to strengthen that connection. And this is going to be a connection that's not surface level. This is going to be a deeper, intuitive, very highly spiritual, which is something that you have called in. It's something that you've asked for. So Spirit is saying, yes, one, there's a big opportunity. It's time for you to get started on it. Wow, beautiful read, fire signs. I hope this has brought some messages that will help you as you move through this next week. Please like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. If you are getting married, I'd love to know. I'd love to put out some special loving vibes. If you're starting a business, love to put out some vibes. So please let me know. Until we meet again, with love and appreciation, be well. Bye.